Litshona njani Mthwakazi omuhle, siyalamukela njalo kwesinye isiqephu sethu sezindaba umsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio. Namhla kungoLwesithathu zingama-28 kuZibandlela ngomnyaka ka-2025. Indaba lizethulelwa nguKhethiwe Chuma. Yesikhangele kwesihamba phambili namhlanje. Umkhonomi ozinzileyo ubonakala ngempilo engcono ebantwini kusho Matsibanyika. UGuga wethula imibuzo ngamabhasi eZUPCO la avulwa ngokusemthethweni nguMnangagwa. Ukuphenduka kukamongameli uChamisa kushaqisa imizimba kulabo abakubandla leZANU-PF kusho uMkhwananzi. Nanzi indaba zethu ngokugcweleyo. Ungqongqoshe wezemali kubandla eliphikisayo umhlonitshwa uKhobane Matsibanyika uthi lokho kuthakazelelwa nguhulumende webandla leZANU-PF ukuba umkhonomi welizwe usuzinzile akubonakali ngenxa yendlela abantu abaphila ngayo. Inkulumo yakhe iza ngemva kokuba uhulumende wethule inkulumo yokuba umkhonomi welizwe usungcono kanti njalo ukudubeka kwehlile. Umhlonitshwa uMatsibanyika uthi ukuzinza komkhonomi lokho abakushoyo akuveli kuzisebenzi zikahulumende lezi ezihola imali encinyane. Uye wathi njalo ukungaqhashwa elizweni kulokhe kusanda kanti njalo kakuvezi umkhonomi omuhle elizweni. Ake sizweni uMatsibanyika ekhuluma.
The Zimbabwean government's claims of a single-digit inflation and a high economic growth in Zimbabwe is not just misleading. Actually, it is a cruel mockery to the millions of suffering Zimbabweans who are suffering under the weight of economic despair and economic hardship. You will find that while officials pat themselves on the back, particularly officials from the cabinet, officials from the government of Zimbabwe, they always pat themselves on the back to say we are doing well. But the reality on the ground tells a tale of an abject poverty. The reality on the ground tells of rampant unemployment. The reality on the ground shows that civil servants are forced to beg for survival because of the meager wages which they are getting. So this is a government which is intoxicated with the power and which is also oblivious of the cries of its people. As it stands, Zimbabwe is around 80% unemployment. The bulk of Zimbabweans who are looking for a job could not get one on the street. 45% of Zimbabweans are living in extreme poverty under the current circumstances. What it means that they don't have access to water, they don't have access to food. They are living with the US dollar $1 per day in terms of income. They are actually the lowest income earners across the SADC region. Our civil servants are they are living like hell. Their conditions of living are like hell in the motherland. Yet we are claiming as a country that our economy is growing by an average of 5% per annum. Yet we are claiming that we have got a single-digit inflation. There is stability in this country. So the question is, where is this stability being seen? Stability is seen under normal circumstances. Stability and growth is seen by living standards. You don't have to argue that Zimbabwe is doing well. You don't have to fight that Zimbabwe is doing well. You feel it in your pocket. You feel, you live it. So what we are seeing, actually, the statistics that they are peddling to me they are a fash. They are actually a desperate attempt to whitewash the rot of corruption and incompetence in our government system. They used to say, the narrative says that Zimbabwe is growing in terms of the economy. Yes, there may be pockets of growth, but the wealth of that country is not evenly distributed. If Zimbabwe is growing, it shows that the wealth of Zimbabwe is unevenly distributed. Others remain richer and richer. Others remain poor and poor. So the biggest challenge that we have is that a growing economy which is funded by corrupt elements, which is funded by corruption compartments, is not an inclusive economy. It's not an economy for all. So we want an economy for everybody, where everyone thrives in that economy. So by and large, the government's single-digit inflation and the high economic growth claims are a cruel joke in the face of our suffering. We see the empty shelves, the unaffordable food. We see children dropping from school. We see parents failing to pay school fees. So we are seeing a lot of desperation. We are seeing a lot of frustration. We are seeing a lot of anger. And as such, we cannot say Zimbabwe is doing well while its statistics are speaking the opposite. So the people of Zimbabwe, by and large, they deserve better. We deserve a government that cares. We deserve a government that listens. We deserve a government that that acts. And that government can only come from Advocate Nelson Chamisa. So for ZANU-PF, the clock is ticking and the people are watching.
Ugatsha lwezokuthutha elizweni luyinxushunxushu kusho omela iMkhoba South edale lephalamende umhlonishwa uJohn Kukah ngesikhathi esethula imibuzo yokuba angaphi amabhasi angamakhulu lawo athengwa eBelarus avulwa ngokusemthethweni ngu-Emmerson Mnangagwa eminyakeni emihlanu eyedlulayo. Umhlonishwa uKukah uthi ugatsha lwezokuthutha kumele luchasisele umphakathi ukuba lawo mabhasi ayangaphi ngoba athengwa ngemali yezomthelo wabantu kanti njalo ayethengwa esenzela ukuba kube lula kwezokuthutha. Usomlomo webandla eliphikisayo uPromise Mkhwananzi sethe ukuphenduka kukamongameli uNelson Chamisa kwezepolitiki sokulethe ukuqhuqha kubandla leZANU-PF. Umkhwananzi uthi intakazelelo yezakhamizi itshengise umongameli uChamisa ngemva kokumemezela kwakhe ukuba usephendukile kwezepolitiki kwethuse ibandla elibusayo. Uye wathi ibandla elibusayo yiloba lizamile imizamo yonke yokuba babhubhise umongameli Chamisa ephupheni lakhe lokwenza iZimbabwe ibe ngcono behlulekile. Isicelo esalethwa enkantolo ngunobhala jikelele wenhlanganiso yebheju likaZulu umbuso ofuzwayo lapho ilisana lecebo lebandla leZANU-PF lokuba kungezelelwe isikhathi sika-Emmerson Mnangagwa ebusa kuze kwedlule umnyaka ka-2028 sikhangelelwe ukuba silalelwe enkantolo mhla ziyisishiyagalolunye kunyanga ezayo ngomnyaka wonalo. Kusenjalo sokulokukhathazeka ngokukhanjiswa kwalesi sicelo ngoba kucatshangelwa ukuba senziwe ngebandla leZANU-PF ukuze silahlwe enkantolo ukuze kufuqwe udaba luka-2013. Kusenjalo ugqitha okhangela ngezokubuswa u-Advocate Thabani Mpofu uveze ukuba amagqwetha amela ofuzwayo asebhadelwe kukanti ufuzwayo yena uthe ebuzwa wathi kakababhadali. Lokho sokulethe imibuzo yokuba onguye owaletha lesi sicelo ngubani. Enye inhlanganiso elwela amalungelo abantu eyaziwa ngokuthi iZimbabwe Solidarity Movement iZSM isimemezele ukuba baza kuqhubeka lenhlelo zabo zokuba babhikishe emahofisini awe-United States of America kwele Harare mhla zi-3 kunyanga ezayo. Omunye wabaqoqi balo mbhikisho u-Obed Masaraure uye watshela umsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio ukuba sebenze wonke amalungiselelo abefunakala ngabomthetho ukuba benze lo umbhikisho ngokuthula. Ake sizweni ekhuluma.
Once again, Police Zimbabwe is weaponizing the Maintenance of Peace and Order Act. Zimbabweans have the right to protest under Section 59 of the Constitution. The MOPO was never designed to deny citizens their right to protest. It was only an instrument to facilitate the maintenance of peace and order during the processions and protests. But what we are witnessing is that the police is now notoriously withdrawing Section 59 rights from citizens. And now they are now treating Zimbabwe as the police state, where the police can now impose their unlawful decisions, denying citizens their rights. Our initial communication to the police was clear on the 19th of January. We complied with all the dictates of MOPO, and accordingly, that such a notification gives us a right to go ahead with the protest. What the response from police then was that we should engage the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We did respond to the police, advising them that their argument was a legality. Since things stand, whatever interministerial engagements that had to be done should have been done under internally, and there was no need for them to try to involve us. But then what we are witnessing days later, they're coming back with a different response to say our application on the 19th of January didn't comply with the details of MOP, which is a lie, which is a pure lie. We still maintain that we have to stand with the people of Venezuela who are under siege from the great imperialist forces, the Colossus, the US Empire. And we are consulting our lawyers on the way forward, but definitely members of the Zimbabwe Solidarity Movement are still determined to go ahead with that procession to demonstrate our support for the people of Venezuela.
Kube lo mhlangano namhlanje okuhlanganisa ingatsha ezishiyeneyo lapho bekukhulunywa ngenkohlakalo kanye lokubandlulula kugatsha lwezempilakahle obubanjwe koBulawayo. Umhlangano lo ubuqoqwe iTransparency International Zimbabwe, i-Women's Institute for Leadership Development, i-WILD, kanye leBulawayo Progressive Residents Association, i-BOPRA. Izisebenzi kugatsha lwezempilakahle ziveze ukukhathazeka ngokungaqhubi kuhle umsebenzi ngendlela kusetshenzwa ngayo kanye langemali abayibhadalwayo ephansi kakhulu. Omunye wabasebenzi emphakathini othi baphiwa $45 edoleni leMelika njengemali yokubamba, kodwa bagcina ukubhadalwa kumnyaka ophelileyo. Ugatsha lwezempilakahle luvezile ukuba kulokungahambi kuhle kwezomkhonomi, kanti kunjalo amalunga edale lephalamende bathi ukuhamba kukagetsi kanye lokuqhutshwa komsebenzi ngendlela ezishiyeneyo yikho ukuphambanisa ukuba kwenziwe imisebenzi kuhle kugatsha lwezempilakahle. Omunye wayesibotsha kwezepolitiki kwelemwenezi uTinei Maphepha useye wazwakalisa elakhe ilizwi lapho ememezela ukuba kakukhululwe umlandeli wodumo owaziwayo kubandla eliphikisayo uMatsibaba Beshanduko ejele. uMatsibaba Beshanduko selesikhathi evalelwe njalo icala lakhe lingathonisiswa kusukela kumnyaka ophelileyo, kanti njalo usencitshwe isibambiso kabili inkantolo kaMantshi kanye lenkantolo ephezulu. uMaphepha uthi uMatsibaba Beshanduko uyisiboshwa kwezepolitiki kanti njalo uhlukunyezelwa ukuba usekela ibandla eliphikisayo. Ake sizweni uMaphepha ekhuluma.
From the onset, Matsibaba Beshanduko is a political prisoner who is being persecuted by prosecution. No rocket science must tell us about this open truth. This is ZANU-PF response to whoever dares challenge their political power. I am personally one who experienced the same ZANU-PF tricks at Buffalo Range prison in Chirezi. But let them know this, that their political empire will one day crumble to the ground because of the resolved and agitated citizens. As citizens, we don't tolerate this anymore. We will explore all possible democratic means to reclaim our freedom, dignity, and country so that our people don't live in fear anymore. ZANU-PF must release Matsibaba Beshanduko with immediate effect. His family, relatives, friends are suffering because of this madness. Let us all rise and support President Chamisa's vision and say no to this ZANU-PF nonsense. Thank you.
uMongameli waseNigeria uBola Tinubu oleminyaka engama-73 uye wawa kwele Ankara eTurkey izolo ngemva kokuvakasha kwakhe ngokusemthethweni. Iziphathamandla ziye zathi le kube ingozi encane ngemva kokunyathela kubi. Isehlakalo lesi sesilethe ukuqathanisa ukuvela kulo wasekhaya obusa ngodlakela u-Emmerson Mnangagwa webandla leZANU-PF oleminyaka engama-23 ocela ukuba angezelelwe isikhathi kuze kwedlule umnyaka ka-2030. Isiphathamandla sebandla eliphikisayo semkondongwe uthi ilizwe laseZimbabwe lidinga umongameli osasemusha olamandla kanti njalo olembono emisha ukuze kuqhubekele phambili elizweni. Ake sizweni uKondongwe ekhuluma.
Mr. Mnangagwa should watch and observe what is happening in Africa to other dictators, these old madalas in Africa. Look at Nigerian President Bola Tinubu, who is said to be 73 years. Yesterday fell to the ground in Ankara, Turkey, where he is having a state visit. Although authorities dismissed the incident as a minor misstep, but it shows that when age catches up with you, no matter how you do your makeup, age does not lie. And these old people are dragging our nations to the graves. Look at Zimbabwe now. ZANU-PF wants to increase the dictator's term of office and go on to 2030. Yet he is an old man who is supposed to retire and be a statesman, giving advice to the young people who are able to carry the burden of the nation to another level. But if you look at what is happening now, these guys, they are not getting younger anymore, and their road is only leading to the grave. And they want to carry Zimbabwe with them to the grave. Yet the young people are busy, smoking toriro, having all different sorts of drugs. They are being drugged so that they don't see that these Madalas are taking Zimbabwe to the grave with them. It's high time that we rise up as youth in Zimbabwe and take our center stage and map the trajectory of the nation and pave the way for the nation to rise to the occasion, because this should be a joy of Africa. But now it is a laughing stock because of these old Madalas. We really need to smell the coffee and wake up and take our positions as youth in this nation. Thank you.
Ngesikhangele kwezemidlalo, iqembu lekhilikithi labobaba elama-under 19 liye lanqotshwa ngemjaho engama-204 lapho bedlala le-India izolo emidlalweni ye-Super 6 edlalelwa kwele-Zimbabwe ngaphansi kwe-ICC Under 19 World Cup le ebanjwe yiZimbabwe kanye le-Namibia. iZimbabwe iza kudlala umdlalo wabo olandelayo le-Bangladesh ngoMgqibelo lo ozayo. Udidisi wombuso wesibili kuleli lizwe uWicknell Chivayo uqhubekela phambili ngokuhaza imota kanye lemali ebantwini. Namhlanje uChivayo uye wamemezela ukuba uza kunika lo engumqeqeshi weqembu lama-Warriors uSandy Chizamwa inhlobo yemota ye-GD6 Toyota Fortuner eyomnyaka ka-2026 kanye le$20,000 emalini yaseMelika. Lesi sipho siza ngemva kokuba uChizamwa wasungula ugatsha athe yi-Coaches for ED, lolu oluhlanganiselana lebandla le-ZANU-PF. Abachothozayo bathi uChivayo usebambe ezenguqu kuleli lizwe ngemva kokuba encedise iqembu le-Highlanders. Umkhosi wokuba kukhalalwe kuyadlalwa kwe-World Cup kwele-Melika kulokhu kuqhubekela phambili ngemva kokuba lo wayengumongameli wenhlanganiso ye-FIFA uSepp Blatter ekhuthaze inhlanganiso zonke zomdlalo wenguqu kanye labalandeli ukuba bangahambi kulo umkhankaso. uBlatter uye waveza ukukhathazeka ngezokuphepha kwabalandeli kanye lendlela umongameli waseMelika uDonald Trump abusa ngayo ngodlakela. Emavikini ambalwa kwele South Africa owebandla eliphikisayo uJulius Malema wamemezela ukuba iqembu lenguqu lesizwe iBafana Bafana ikhalale ukuya emidlalweni ye-World Cup ngenkulumo eyethulwa nguTrump echothoza ukuziphetha lezi ndaba kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio nanze bezihamba phambili. Ukuzinza komkhonomi elizweni kakubonakali ngendlela abantu abaphila ngayo, kusho Matsivanyika. uKhuka wethula imbuzo ngokuba amabhasi eZUPCO la avulwa nguMnangagwa angaphi. Umongameli uChamisa ukuphenduka kwakhe sekulethe ukuqhuqa kubandla ele-ZANU-PF, kusho uMkhwanazi. Siziphetha lapha lezi ndaba, libe lobusuku obuhle.